The 14th season of the Formula Drift Championship is coming quickly to an end. With just 2 rounds left to go, Texas Motor Speedway is the 7th stop in the series. James Deane holds a small lead over Aasbo, and so every point in the championship counts. But let's not count out Bakchis, Michael Essa, Christos Blush, and Gittin Jr. They're settled on playing spoiler and making it a super fight heading into House of Drift, Irwindale, California. It's time for a showdown in the Lone Star State, only on Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Hello Drift fans, and welcome to the Lone Star State, aka Texas Motor Speedway, for round 7 of 8 of the Blackmagic Formula Drift Pro Championship, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. I'm Deane. Joining me once again is Ryan Sage. Ryan, NASCAR, IndyCar, used to seeing here at Texas Motor Speedway, but we've created our own history here with Formula Drift.
Well, we've really put our stamp on this particular course, and this year what we've seen is additional pavement has been laid out through the power alley, making it not only unfamiliar for new drivers, but drivers have been coming here for years. Add in the smoke line, under the lights, and this challenging course in general, and you know that this event this weekend is going to be phenomenal.
What all equates to an awesome event, but let's talk about coming and leading up to this. James the Machine Deane leads the pack in the point standings, with Aasbo sitting in second. Christos Blush sits in third, but mathematically, it's about 2 gentlemen, the Norwegian and the Irishman. We'll see if the Leprechaun luck is on his side.
And before we get to that and all the action on track, we're going to go on board with Ken Gushi in our Blackview course preview.
I'm Ken Gushi here at Texas Motor Speedway, and this is your Blackview course preview. Now for this track, the straightaway is relatively short, so as I drive through the chicane, I'm going to quick shift into 4th gear, initiate over the outer zone 1 with my e-brake, and I'm going to get right back on the gas. Carrying a lot of angle, I'm going to aim for inside clip number 1 while I stretch the drift into outer zone 2, filling the whole zone, another fast transition into touch and go, stay there for a little bit, aim for inside clip number 2. Now this is a dangerous part, as if you're in the chase lane, this is the pocket where you can't see anything due to the smoke. So one more transition into outer zone 3 right by the tire wall, where we have seen a lot of carnage this weekend, into inside clip number 3, crossing the finish line. And that is your Blackview course preview.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging, so let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formulad.com.
Well, the party continues for these 8 gentlemen doing battle here in the Great 8. We are seeing James Deane, who is our #1 qualifier. Can he make it another perfect event? He's going to have to get through DeNofa, which, Ryan, as you know, he is an aggressive and a fun driver to watch.
Very fun driver to watch, and also a solid chase driver here. Let's see how he does against James Deane.
Boom, James Deane initiates. You can see DeNofa in tow. Signature 3-wheel motion. He gets that 1 wheel on the side of that S15 of James Deane.
Great job by Deane out front, running that very smooth qualifying line, but look at DeNofa chasing him down, coming through that inside clip, and now cutting the line.
Some flames erupt out the back end of that Ford Mustang RTR DeNofa, but James Deane keeps it consistent, gets all the way out to the outside zone.
So DeNofa very strong from the onset, but makes a critical mistake here as he cuts the line, trying to gain proximity. You can see that big e-brake pull, so that'll be against DeNofa.
DeNofa will now lead. James Deane will give chase. Let's see how DeNofa initiates while he's got that clean air out front.
Nice job by DeNofa getting out to that outer zone, but look at Deane right there on the door with DeNofa.
Good execution by James Deane, keeping his composure, but now really applying the pressure through the power alley, a little brown cloud being thrown up.
Big angle by DeNofa and almost some contact there. A great bit of driving by James Deane. Caused him to make a little bit of a mistake, but overall the mistake out front by DeNofa was the bigger one.
Yeah, hat tip to James Deane. Keeping his composure, comes out of this power alley, and watch that massive angle from DeNofa, but still keeps it together. Does cut short, but let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. James Deane, 2-1, gets the win.
it was a crazy battle all out. One judge went one more time and 2 for me, so it's tight here tonight. It's a crazy one, that's for sure.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By Blackview Dash Cameras. And by Hankook Tire, driving emotion.
Welcome back. There are no limits here at Texas Motor Speedway, and for this gentleman, he needs to push the limit. Fredrik Aasbo, the Norwegian Hammer, going up against his Toyota Racing teammate in Ken Gushi. Aasbo qualified 4th. Ken Gushi qualified 12th.
Well, these two drivers were fighting for a championship just 2 years ago. Gushi having some car troubles this year, not the performances that he's wanted, but for Fredrik Aasbo, this is a must-win for the championship.
He is firing on all 4 cylinders, one of the few 4 cylinders in competition as Ken Gushi gains that proximity, wrapping around that first front clip now into the power alley. Aasbo really dialing in that Toyota Corolla IM.
Nice job by Gushi here in the chase through the smoke line, but you can see Aasbo out front really filling that outer zone.
We're talking about Gushi and his Gremlins. They are not present here in the building right now. He did a good job in tow here, but Fredrik Aasbo really just putting the car in the right place. Look at the fans lighting up the stands. Now let's flip it up here. Ken Gushi will be leading. Fredrik Aasbo, the Norwegian Hammer, will be in chase.
A great chase by Ken Gushi, but now he's got to throw down a solid lead against Fredrik Aasbo.
Boom, Ken Gushi initiates big angle there from the 2JZ Power Toyota Racing Corolla 86.
Aasbo fighting for a championship here, cannot let Gushi get away. 67.5 miles per hour across the middle.
Look at that. Is Gushi going to take down Fredrik Aasbo, who's currently in contention for the championship? Ryan, does anybody stand on your eyes to get in this victory?
Well, a couple mistakes here by Aasbo falling off that last inside clip. Gushi missed that last outer zone there. So is it even enough for a one more time?
Let's take a look. And there it is. It is one more time. You see across the board. You got a vote for Gushi, a vote for Aasbo, and then a one more time. So let's see him go at it again.
Aasbo out of the gates here after a close one more time battle. Nice initiation there by Aasbo.
Somebody who's really paying attention to this battle is James Deane as Ken Gushi, boom, drops into formation. Powering through that power alley. Next entire smoke's ablaze.
And Gushi goes off course there. A little bit of a mistake by Gushi is going to cost him big time here on his chase run.
He bit off some more Norway than he can chew as we are going to take a look at it again right here, Ryan. You see him overshoot it, get lost in that smoke. That is the opponent that you don't want to go against. That smoke signal, the lights light it up, and you are just going and flying blind.
Well, every driver will tell you that that center section is the toughest part on this course, particularly because of the smoke line.
Well, right now, Gushi really needs to step it up. He had that mistake on the first portion of this battle, but Aasbo is not going to let him slip through.
Oh, a little bit of a mistake there by Ken Gushi on the transition, but you can see Aasbo, he's not holding back. He's still putting pressure on Ken Gushi.
Well, we talked about the Gremlins, and they seem to still be haunting Gushi. On that first battle, they did not. But here we go again, taking a look at it again. Ryan Aasbo, you could see him, just precision driving from him. Let's take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Aasbo unanimously gets the win.
Top 8 against Ken Gushi, my Toyota Racing teammate, and he's on fire this weekend. And I knew we were up against a tough competitor, and oh boy, was I right, because Ken was bringing it. I felt him nudging me. Luckily, we got it one more time, and he made a slight mistake in that one more time.
Well, here we go, Ryan and Formula Drift fans moving on through the Grade 8. Best of friends off the track and bitter enemies on the track. It's Vaughn Gittin Jr. going against three-time and defending Formula Drift champion, Chris the Force Forsberg. Chris will be out front.
Here we go, big battle here. Nice initiation by Forsberg right there on that outside line, filling that zone. And look at Vaughn chasing him down.
You can see Vaughn Gittin Jr. his setup from previous years. Very loose setup, and it seems to be working for him right now. Chris transitions through the power alley, big angle, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. overshoots and ends himself in the dirt.
Vaughn Gittin Jr. 4 wheels off. That is going to be an incomplete for him and a huge advantage for Chris Forsberg. Here's the action here. You can see it goes just a little bit too long there, way off course, and now he's got a big hill to climb.
Well, he's going to get the clean air because he will lead. He qualified 15th compared to Chris Forsberg's 10th. Let's see if the smoke plays a role in Chris Forsberg's NOS Energy Drink 370Z face.
Wow, big initiation there by Vaughn Gittin Jr. starting off very strong here, but look at Forsberg. He's not backing off even with the mistake by Vaughn.
Taking out that cone is Gittin Jr. A little bit of a straightening there from Forsberg, blasting all of the clipping points as Gittin Jr., both of them filling that outside zone.
You can see the fire coming from Forsberg right there, using the nitrous to gain proximity there. And as you said, Jared, he makes a little bit of a straightening coming across the center, but Vaughn with all 4 off, much bigger mistake.
Yeah, Forsberg firing off with that new VQ setup. Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Forsberg gets the win.
Vaughn got a little lost at inner clip 2 and went 4 wheels off trying to make that transition into the right turn, and so it gave us a bit of an advantage for the second run for my chase, and all I had to do was really keep up and make no mistakes, and it's still very difficult to do that because it's almost like you have to put pressure on the lead driver to not get lost in that smoke.
All right, next up in the final battle of the Grade 8, who's going to go against Forsberg? Is it going to be Odi Bakchis or Dai Yoshihara? Odi had a great qualification, qualifying 3rd. He will be out front.
And a strong season for him so far. A great job last event in Seattle, trying to build a momentum here in Texas.
Odi Bakchis, a very seasoned driver now. Dai Yoshihara in a beast of a vehicle. Both of them looking strong.
Great job by Dai here to maintain proximity. Gets a little bit lost here, brings it back around, and you can see straightens up and hits that inside clip.
Oh, that mistake could cost him. Both of them getting to the outside zone, now zeroing in on that final clip. Let's take a look at it again, Ryan.
Well, Dai did a really great job here the first half of the course, but as he comes across the center section here, he too looks like he gets lost in the smoke, hits that inside clip, and probably gives an advantage to Odi Bakchis.
So Dai Yoshihara now out front. Let's see if the clean air helps him and the smoke gets in Odi's way.
Odi diving right in door to door. A little bit of contact there, but Odi stays in it as Dai wraps around that inside clip.
Both of them a little hate tap, as I like to call it, coming through that power alley section, zeroing in on that front clip. How are they going to do in that rear?
Well, this course really playing havoc on everybody here. The smoke line, the back and forth, tough action here to judge so far.
You could see that smoke is just blinding the drivers, but somehow they navigate through it. Let's take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results. And look at that, let's see him go again. It was 2-1, with 2 of the judges siding for a one more time battle. Odi out front once again, Dai Yoshihara, the former Formula Drift champion, in tow.
Well, a trend seems to be developing here tonight. We're seeing a lot of close battles here. Drivers making some mistakes and accelerating as Odi Bakchis hits that first inside clip. Dai a little further back this time.
Looks like Dai is maybe giving himself a bit of distance here, but he does the same thing, Ryan, just as he did in that first battle.
Almost a bigger mistake there by Dai in the chase position. Odi out front, pretty consistent, giving himself an opportunity to capitalize on Dai's mistakes.
Like you said, Ryan, Dai was back a little bit, looked like he was going to give himself some room, but it did not pay off. But now Dai Yoshihara will be out front, Odi Bakchis in chase. Are we going to see him go at it one more time, or are we going to see a clear-cut winner?
Here we go, big initiation here by Daijiro Yoshihara, putting angle in the car, but Odi Bakchis right there in the pocket.
Dai Yoshihara, look at that, throwing some more angle at it towards the end, through the power alley. You can't even see Odi Bakchis. He's going by muscle memory through that power alley.
Odi is such a great chase driver here, and you can see why. He really was staying close to Dai through a very challenging part of the course.
Yeah, Odi Bakchis really impressing both me and I have to assume the judges with the composure of a champion. Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Odi Bakchis gets the win.
Man, following Dai, there's so much smoke out there. I just had to basically close my eyes for a couple split moments. When the smoke cleared, his car was right in front of me, and I had to, didn't want to lift off throttle and panic, but I had to really adjust. Very excited to be in top 4.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nexen Tire. Driving Tomorrow. By Achilles Radial. Tires you can trust. By Falcon Tires. And by Universal Technical Institute. Chosen by industry. Ready to work.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. Round 7, only one more round after this, and the 2 championship contenders are going up against each other here in Texas. It's James Deane, our #1 qualifier. Can he make it a perfect event? Well, there's a gentleman that wants to stop him. That's the Norwegian hammer, Fredrik Aasbo.
Well, if James Deane goes on to win the championship in Irwindale, I think we'll be looking back at this battle and the outcome. If Aasbo wins, he gives himself a much better fighting chance going into the last round. Here we go.
James Deane's signature initiation, very composed. Fredrik Aasbo looks like he's struggling to even hang with that Wordhouse drifting Falcon Tires S15.
You can see right there, Aasbo getting a little bit too long on that second inside clip, and you cannot make mistakes against James Deane. He's had a full season to prove himself at every event. He's come back stronger.
And James Deane shows why he is currently leading the championship, gets really deep in the outside zone. Well, now they're going to switch it up. Frederick Aasbo will be out front and James Deane in chase.
Well, Aasbo got the better of Deane in Canada. Now Deane fighting back, trying to get one off Frederick Aasbo.
Look at this right now. James Deane just drops to the side of that Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota Racing Corolla IM. Now transitioning into that front clip, and he cannot be shaken.
This is an absolute gem of a run from Frederick Aasbo out front, but you can see James Deane in the chase position, not making any mistakes and not really letting Frederick Aasbo get away.
This is proof positive, not through one, not through two, but through now 7 rounds of the championship. These guys are really rising to the occasion, and James Deane rises even higher.
That was nail-biting stuff. Frederick was killing it all night, and when I was leading, I just went for it. I could see he was with me the whole way through, and I knew I only had one opportunity of chasing him, and I gave it my best. Got a little bit lost in the smoke just before the last outer wall, but we managed to pull it off and keep it together. So, yeah, we're into the finals, and it's amazing.
And here it is, Ryan, on the other side of the Final Four bracket. It's Odi Bakchis versus Chris the Force Forsberg.
Well, 2 strong competitors here, 2 veterans making their way to the line for big stakes here in Texas.
Odi Bakchis, who qualified 3rd, is out front. Chris Forsberg in tow. Odi Bakchis, massive angle there. Chris Forsberg giving himself a bit of room.
Little bit of mistake on the inside there by Forsberg. Falling back now, Odi Bakchis has been very strong this event, and you can see why here as he wraps around that second inside clip with Forsberg about 2 car lengths back.
Odi Bakchis super deep as it looks like the flamed horns coming off the hood of that 370Z. Not close enough.
Well, you can see a strong performance here by Odi Bakchis, filling that second outer zone and deep into that final outer zone as well. Forsberg a couple car lengths behind, so he's got some work cut out for him here as he will take the lead.
Well, it looks like that mid-season engine swap is finally working out for Forsberg. You can see the flames shooting out of the hood. Odi Bakchis trying to keep pace with Forsberg.
Great start by Forsberg here, just a little bit long on that first inside clip. Odi Bakchis through the smoke line here, 65.9 miles per hour.
Look at Odi Bakchis once again. Oh, I was just going to give him praise, but he spins out. Coming out of the power alley, Ryan, that could be the nail in the coffin.
So even with the strong lead run by Odi Bakchis, we've been talking about the smoke, and it claims another victim here as Odi over-rotates.
Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Forsberg gets the win.
We had a little trouble keeping up, about 2 car length gap the entire time after the first inner clip, and so just once again just doing all I can in the lead position, which is just all the angle and all the smoke and try and blind them out, and you know, it's a strategy that everyone else is doing, so you know, we're all doing it right back at each other, just trying to get through the track and be able to see, and if we can, you know, make a person make a mistake behind us due to that, you know, it's all you got at this track.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By NOS with Complex 6 for high performance energy. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by Blackview Dash Cameras.
Howdy y'all, welcome back. Texas Motor Speedway. We are getting suited, booted, and we are getting rootin' tootin' down to see our finals. It's James Deane from Ireland going against defending champion Chris the Force Forsberg.
3-time champion at that, and after one of the most dominating seasons last year with 6 podiums, this will be the first podium of the year for Chris Forsberg. The only question is, will it be first or second place?
James Deane out front initiates a little manji entry there, throws it into the angle, and Chris Forsberg, you can see him not mirroring the exact angle that Deane has.
Coming through that first inside clip, little bit of separation here. As you can see, Deane wraps around the second inside clip, and Forsberg goes way too long there and loses ground.
Forsberg flying out of that power alley, just does not grip up and stay with James Deane. Let's take a look at this again, Ryan.
Well, once again, the power alley, that center section, claims another victim, and James Deane is out front with the solid lead.
Now Chris Forsberg will be out front, clean air. He's going to have good vision. He's just going to be seeing the flames shooting out of his hood. Here comes James Deane in tow.
Well, Deane going for his 4th win of the year. Can he do it against Forsberg? Pushing the pressure here through that first inside clip, And now going through the power alley.
James Deane, literally and figuratively, his pressure is being felt by Forsberg, wrapping around that front clip into that outer zone, both of them dialing it in.
Really pushing his vehicle as Forsberg. You can see the NOS blasting everywhere, but James Deane is just too strong as Forsberg goes off course after the finish line.
James Deane trying to widen that gap. We're talking about the points gap in the championship. Let's go to our Universal Technical Institute judging results. James Deane is your winner here in Texas.
And with that, James Deane does claim his 4th win of the year, with Chris Forsberg in 2nd and Bakchis in 3rd.
We had a blast here in Texas. What do you say? These guys and gals fired on all cylinders, and they did that on track as well. And the gentleman that did it the most, James Deane. He gets 1st place and a commanding lead in the championship. Chris Forsberg back on the podium, as well as Bakchis, who's in contention for finishing in the top 5. Remember, 1 round left. Who's going to be champion? Well, all signs are saying James Deane, but it's not over just yet. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I am here with your winner of Texas, James Deane. Now, James, it can be said you have truly made your mark on this series. This is your 4th win this year. That ties the record for Frederick Aasbo. You've got a huge points lead in the championship. It is yours to win. So tell us about your weekend.
It's been a crazy weekend for the whole team from start to finish for us. One of the most challenging tracks I've ever driven, especially in the chase position, because you can get completely blinded by smoke off the lead car. But it's been working out for us, and we had some great battles with Frederick Aasbo in the Final 4. We managed to win that, got into the finals against Chris Forsberg, who's driving really good, and we had 2 cleaner runs overall and managed to win the event. So puts us in a great spot for the championship, and I'm just going into Arundel looking forward to it, and whatever happens, happens. It's been an amazing season for us.
Well, we love watching you drift. Your winner here at Texas, James Deane. An exciting matchup on our way to Irwindale next. For everybody at Formula Drift and Jared Deanda, I'm Ryan Sage. We'll see you next time.
Let's take a look at the overall standings. James Deane, that massive lead. Frederick Aasbo in 2nd. Bakchis sits in 3rd. In the Auto Manufacturers Championship, Toyota a commanding lead out front, Ford in 2nd, BMW in 3rd. And finally, the Tire Manufacturers Championship, Falcon Tire in 1st, Nexen Tire in 2nd, Achilles Tire in 3rd. This has truly been a showdown here at Texas Motor Speedway with 1 stop left. Who is going to be crowned 2017 Formula Drift Champion? You'll have to join us at the House of Drift in our next stop. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.